Hello everyone, so this is GS Mains Paper 2, August 2017, Part 1. See, out of the three GS Mains paper, that is GS Mains Paper 1, Paper 2 and Paper 3, GS Mains Paper 2, you can say it is more dynamic as compared to the other two topics. So if you are covering all the current affairs very nicely, you are understanding each and everything. See, covering is not only important, you have to understand the pro cons, each and everything, right? And way forward is very important. So Paper 2 is dynamic, so keep on the lookout, right? Means what do you say? Refer to 2-3 sources, make your own notes and then revise them again and again. So it will help you a lot. Okay, so let's start. So the first topic is Whistleblowers Act. Now this is a very important topic. So listen carefully about all the things which is related to Whistleblowers Act. Now there is a data, and the data says more than 15 whistleblowers has been murdered in the past 3 years. Okay, 15 whistleblowers has been murdered in the past 3 years, and there is a specific reason for it. What is the reason? Whistleblowers Protection Act, which was passed in 2014, but government has not operationalized this particular law. It has been passed, but government has not operationalized this law, and there is also a reason behind why they have not operationalized this law. And this is a very delicate matter, so I will try to explain it to you in the simplest terms. What is going on in Whistleblowers Act? See, there is a proposed amendment in 2015 which seeks to remove immunity provided to whistleblowers from prosecution under Draconian Official Secrets Act, that is OSA, for disclosures made under WPP law. Now this sounds very technical and very confusing, right? So I will simplify it for you. See, suppose you are a whistleblower, right? And you did something, you said something to the government, or you passed on certain information, right, to the government. Now it would come under WPP Act, but if whatever you said comes under Official Secrets Act, so earlier what was happening in WPP Act 2014, an immunity was provided to the whistleblower, that they will be immune from Official Secrets Act. But now this amendment which has been proposed in 2015, it tries to remove that immunity which was provided to the whistleblowers from prosecution under Draconian Official Secrets Act. So now you can be prosecuted under Official Secret Acts. And what is the maximum offences under OSA, that is Official Secrets Act, is punishable by imprisonment of up to 14 years. So it will act as a deterrent, right? Now nobody will want to become a whistleblower because they know they can be punished under OSA, right? So it would deter even genuine whistleblowers. So proposed amendment defeat the very purpose of legislation. It is comparable to shooting the messenger. So it's like you're just shooting the messenger, right, instead of helping him. So see, the thing is, what is the need? What is the need right now? So the need is immediate promulgation and implementation of WPP Act, and it is required to offer protection to those who at great peril expose wrongdoings. These whistleblowers, they do a lot of things, and they are at they go under lots of situations and they face a lot of scenarios, so a protection is needed for them. And so this law which was passed in 2014, promulgation is needed, implementation is needed, government cannot refuse it further, right? And this immunity which was earlier provided, it has to be restored only, it should not be removed. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic is tobacco control guidelines. See, I will tell you something, we'll talk about this article, but the thing is, generally when we talk about India and US, we generally feel that US is doing most things correct and India is not, right? In this case, you will see India is doing better, India has implemented better tobacco control guidelines as compared to US. We'll see how. So what is the article all about? See, the thing is, time has come for reducing the amount of nicotine in cigarettes to non-addictive levels. So the article is saying that we have to reduce and we have to pass a guideline which specifies that amount of nicotine in cigarettes should be reduced to non-addictive levels. Now India follows most measure of WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control Guidelines. Unlike US, now there is a comparison which is done between India and US. So you will see India is much better in tobacco control guidelines. How? Unlike US, India banned tobacco advertisement long ago, right? It also introduced pictorial warnings, that is covering 85% of front and back of packages of tobacco products. And it also prohibited the use of descriptors such as light, mild and low, as well as sell or flavored cigarettes, right? So all these things have been done by India, which US has not done or they have not implemented it fully. So India is better as compared to US in tobacco control guidelines. Now again, because of all these measures which India have taken now, number of tobacco users in India reduced by more than 8 million between 2010 and 2016. 8 million. Can you imagine? 80 lakh people have reduced who were earlier tobacco users, but they are now not. So it's great. All these things are indeed making changes, right? So it's a great way forward. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic is right to privacy. See, right to privacy is a very important topic. So keep on covering all the things, right? The recent guidelines and everything. So again, see, there's a very important point which has been made in this particular article. The article is saying that if you can share everything on Facebook and WhatsApp, then what is the problem in sharing information with government? So we'll talk about it. See, the important question of why we need a right against our own government when we are happy to share our private data with foreign web-based platform. Okay. Now today it is Aadhaar. In future, judges will be confronted with Internet of Things, big data, biohacking, etc. So right to privacy is needed. Now we are talking right now about Aadhaar. Now in future we'll talk about Internet of Things, big data, biohacking. As the technology advances, the judiciary will have to tackle with all these technical things, right? So again, there is a issue, there is a debate. I will talk in the upcoming slides. So there is a issue of generalist versus specialist. So now judiciary also has to become a little bit specialist to deal with these technical cases, right? And yeah, right to privacy is needed, right? Because right now it is government. After that it will be WhatsApp or Facebook. We need a little bit of privacy. Intrusion cannot happen in each and every corner of our life, right? That is not at all needed. Okay, so if we, the citizens of India, want to hold on to our power of agency, we will need the right to privacy to guard against invasiveness of technology. So these technologies which is invading our life, we want to guard against them. We need right to privacy, and right to privacy is now a fundamental right. Although no right is absolute right, even right to life is also not absolute, but indeed it is a fundamental right. So now let's talk about RTI and political parties. Very, very intriguing kind of a topic, right? Where you will see that political parties are not listening to CIC and all those things. Let's talk about it. So now, who told and whose recommendation was, like if somebody asks you, who recommended for political parties to be under RTI? Under whose recommendation means political parties are to be covered under RTI? So the answer is Law Commission. So Law Commission recommendation to bring political parties under RTI. Now CIC, what is CIC? Central Information Commission, right? Now CIC declared in June 2013 that political parties were indeed public authorities under Section 2H of RTI Act. So now Law Commission recommended, and in June 2013, what CIC said? CIC said that yes, political parties are indeed public authorities under Section 2H of RTI Act. So now they said that, but what happened afterwards? Political parties refused to accept RTI applications and did not even respond to notices by CIC of non-compliance. So see, they're like, what do you say? They're so rigid in their things, and believe me, you will see now Congress, BJP and all those things, they are fighting on certain issues, but in this issue they are all united. They all are like, yeah, we will not disclose information and let's be united on this front. So they are all united and they are refusing to budge down to CIC, and a court case is going on right now and decision is pending. So petition to get decision of CIC implemented still pending in Supreme Court, and it is a clear-cut example of undermining of public institution, right? All the political parties, they are adamant that they will not share, right, information. So it is actually an opaqueness, transparency. They talk about transparency in this, transparency in that, and see what they are doing. First of all, they are creating an opaque system. Second, they are undermining public institutions, right? Okay, now when we are talking about RTI, you should know this, that RTI 2005 replaced erstwhile Freedom of Information Act 2002. So RTI was an act which replaced Freedom of Information Act 2002, and the first application was given to a Pune police station regarding this RTI. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic is CCI and Sector-Specific Regulators. Now what is CCI? CCI is Competition Commission of India. What kind of a body it is? It is statutory, constitutional, executive. Which kind of a body? It is a statutory body. It is enforcing Competition Act 2002. Now what is the issue going on? This is a very hot topic. This is going on for a while. So the issue is CCI and Sector-Specific Regulators. CCI is for all, right? Sector-Specific Regulators are like TRAI, like SEBI. Even you can keep RBI under sector-specific regulators, but CCI is covering all competition under all domains, right? So now there is again an issue regarding generalist versus specialist, where they are saying that these sector-specific regulators are specialist, CCI is generalist, but the issue comes when there is a controversy, when both of them are giving certain, or when both of them are contradicting on a certain topic. We'll see where contradiction arises. So let's talk about this topic, and again this is very, very, very important from GS Mains paper 2 point of view and from this October mains point of view, right? So we have to keep everything in mind. So CCI is a statutory body which is enforcing Competition Act 2002. Now there is a glaring need. Now what led to sector-specific regulators? So glaring need for sector regulation has given rise to sector-specific regulators. CCI cannot look into each and every detail of sectors, right? Each and every sector, right? So that's why sector-specific regulators came into picture. Now, but the thing is, what is the need for CCI then? CCI ensures level playing field, right? Like, yeah. So it is ensuring a level playing field, and we have seen the example of sector-specific regulators. TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Now, the thing is how they are complementing each other. And first of all, if they ask you a question regarding CCI and sector-specific regulators, first of all, you have to say some good things, some bad things, and then the way forward, right? So what are the good things? See, the thing is, it is generalist versus specialist. Sectoral regulators, they have domain expertise. CCI constituted to deal with promoting competition in all sectors. This is the first thing. So they are playing a complementary role. Second, proactive versus reactive. Sector-specific regulation identifies problem ex ante. So that means they identify problem early, right? But CCI addresses problem ex post. So whenever a issue comes, like Google is hampering the process, Google is hampering other search engines and all those things. Then CCI will tell something, right? So it is doing things ex post, where the sector-specific regulators are doing things ex ante. Now, where are the conflicts? Where are overlapping jurisdictions? See, the conflict came in two specific cases. First case was between RBI and CCI regarding merger in banking sector. See, we talked about those mergers, right? Where 5 SBI branches were merged with SBI, right? Or 5 SBI associate banks were merged with SBI along with Bharti Mahila Bank. So in that case, there was a conflict between RBI and CCI. Similarly, there is an argument between TRAI and CCI regarding issues related to tariffs in telecom sector, call drop issue and all those things. So there are conflicts. Now, what are the reasons for these conflicts? First thing is legislative ambiguity. What does that mean? That law is not clear. Remember this one. In GS paper 2, this is a cheat code for you. In GS paper 2, in every question, in almost every question, if there is a problem, you can talk about legislative ambiguity. It is there in almost each and every question. Legislative ambiguity means laws are not clearly defined, and that is a problem with almost each and every law associated with it. Now again, first thing is legislative ambiguity. Second thing is jurisdictional overlap. So sector-specific regulators have their jurisdiction overlapping with CCI. Third thing is legislative omission. Certain areas are there which is not written in any law, right? So they are not knowing what to do, whom to follow, CCI or sector-specific regulators. So there is legislative omission. So three reasons: legislative ambiguity, jurisdictional overlap, and legislative omission. Now what is the way forward? The way forward is separation of enforcement function from technical function. Enforcement function should be given to CCI, whereas technical function should be given to these sector-specific regulators. Second thing is formal and informal exchanges should happen between them, right? So to reduce the amount of friction which is taking place. And third, exchange of personnel on deputation or internship basis. This is the whole thing. So we have covered CCI and sector-specific regulators in a broad way. So do listen to it again and again, and this topic of yours will be covered. And I'm saying again, this is very, very important. So let's move on to the next topic: politicization of governance post. I will keep it short. Now the thing is, why this thing has happened. There are two main reasons for it. You can talk about all other things you want, right? But there are two main reasons. First, wider discretionary powers. As compared to precedent, governor has been given wider discretionary powers. Second reason, legislature both at center and state can't impeach governor, giving him absolute patronage of central executive. Remember it. Legislature, either at center or at state, they cannot remove governor. So what is happening? Now central executive is directly or indirectly appointing governor, and now they are getting the absolute patronage, right? So they are directly or indirectly dependent upon central executive, and the way in which central executive molds governor, they act that way, right? So that's why this politicization has happened. Why? First one, because of wider discretionary power, and second, because legislature both at center and state cannot impeach governor, giving him absolute patronage of central executive. Now let's talk about Parliamentary Budget Office. Again, this is a very important topic, hot topic. Okay, now Parliamentary Budget Office is need of the hour. And why this topic is in news? Because when we see this budget thing and all those things going on, so there are not too many specialists in Parliament, right? Not too many discussion take place when this budget thing is being passed, right? So Because of that, we have an arbitrary taxation policy, we have a burgeoning fiscal deficit, and we have inequitable allocation of public resources. So to avoid all those things, we need a parliamentary budgetary office. So let's talk about this topic. So a parliamentary budgetary office or budget office is the need of the hour, an independent and impartial body linked directly to Parliament that provides technical and objective analysis of budgets and public finance to the House and its committees. Right, so that is the whole thing associated with parliamentary budget office. What it will be an independent and impartial body linked directly to Parliament, which will provide technical and objective analysis of budgets and public finance to the House and its different committees. Now see, the thing is, Parliament has been called guardian of public purse. However, it lacks capability to perform such functions effectively, and here at this particular point, PBO will come into picture, right? Now, because of all these things, because Parliament lacks capability to perform such functions, it results in arbitrary taxation policy we have already discussed, burgeoning fiscal deficit, and an inequitable allocation of public resources, right? Okay, so I will keep until this point only, right? Remember, these videos will be long because there are lots and lots of things to cover in August, and I will try to cover some static portion also. But there are too many dynamic portions, but I will try to cover all. Okay, thank you.